Hello everyone, this is Lisa with Grace and Old Paper. Okay, I'm ready for the next step in this little baby journal. This is my template I used for, I think it was in the last video, I used it to punch holes in the spine of the book. So I've got that. I have got all my pages, all my signatures, paper clipped together. This one was a little special because I had to steam open this envelope, this vintage envelope I found, so that I can sew it in, because I want it to be sewn in into the signature. So I've got that ready to go. I've got all 6 signatures ready to go. So the next fun part is sewing it in. I've also got to decide what thread I'm going to use, and I think I'm going to use some wax linen thread. I've got quite a few different colors, but I really think I'm going to end up going with the plain white. I mean, the yellow's kind of cute. No, definitely not. Y'all, I know this is weird, but I keep it all in a Pringles can. It works, it works. Oh, definitely not any of those. Let's see what else is in there. I do like the white. I'm getting low on the... No, I'm not. I've got more. Yikes. That's a pretty gray, but... You know, I know I've got a lot of yellow in the book, too. But I just don't think that would look right on the back. Plus, this is another thing on the thought process of me here. The stripes. I'm so worried about the stripes, and then the stripes of the signatures being all wonky. So, yeah, I think I'm going to use white. It'll blend in a little bit better, and I'm okay with that. Oops. Pardon the noise. Let me put all these away. I need to take some time to wind those up, but I'm not going to right now. If I have bad lighting again, it's another overcast day. I swear, every time I start to film, or I get ready to film something, it wants to have days and days of rain around here. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm sure y'all have seen people sew these in so many times, and I'm going to attempt to do this on camera. Does it make me nervous as heck? Yes, it does. But I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to try it anyway. So what I usually do is I get about 3 lengths of this thread. Let me find what needle I want to use. My spine sewing kit that I got a long time ago to sew signatures in came with a bunch of needles. I think I'm missing the one I usually use, but I think that one will work. We'll try that one. I ended up with 2 of these little tubes of needles. Okay. Nice thing about these needles is that the hole's a little bit bigger, so you don't struggle so much to get it through. Okay. Okay, I'm hoping I can remember how to do this. It's been a while. It's been since before Christmas. I'm going to start with the back signature. I don't know why. I'm just going to. All right. If I remember this right. Yeah. All right, so you go in the center. And all I did did I do that first one? No, I was going to show you how I did that. Back up. All I do to punch the holes is I use my template. Some people will make an additional template that folds to put in the crease, but I found out I do okay here. And I line it up, making sure the top, because I've got top road on it, is lined up. And I make sure it's in there good. And I just follow the lines. You can see, so I will take my punch and put it right there. Now what I do want to do, so you're not going to be able to see it as well, is I like to kind of fold the pages down so that it's more of an accurate punch. And I'll just poke it through just a little bit, if y'all can see that. Yeah. And make sure this is lined up again. Some people will clip it in, and you can do that. You can use some bulldog clips or something and clip it in, binder clips. But I find out I do just fine, just like that. All right, so they're all punched in. So now we go in the center hole, and then in the center hole here. And I'm going to try to pay attention to where this is coming out, so that if I need to, I can kind of adjust my fabric a bit. I can see where the lines are. There we go. All right, so pull it out there. And make sure you leave a lengthy tail on this so that you don't accidentally pull it all the way through. All right, then I'm gonna go back in, go in the top. So you start in the middle, then you go in the top. And I do have difficulties ringing the hole sometimes. I found out it's easier for me to just go on through the spine and then come through this. And this works until I get right to the end. Get the last signature or so, and then it's a little tricky. All right, I do keep my finger on the inside to make sure I'm ringing the center and not coming up through a different page. Also, really make sure you got your pages pointing the correct way. I have sewn signatures in upside down, and it's not fun. All right, so now you want to make sure you go, make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, you want to make sure you do not split that thread, especially if you're using well, this too, it work. You don't want to split this either, but embroidery thread, I'm really, oh look, did I split it or did I pull it out? Ah, okay. Well, what it is I've got this tail too long. I knew something was wrong. Make sure I still got that okay. Okay, now I got to go out. Again, try not to split that thread. And I usually try really hard to make sure I am lined up correctly, because I'm a little OCD about it and wouldn't want to have my lines weird. All right, so now you go in the bottom hole. So your pattern is you go out the middle, in the top, out the middle, in the bottom, and I think I've done that wrong. Now that I'm saying that, let me think. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. A lot of the times I've done it backwards is what usually I go to the bottom first and then the top. All right, so what I've done is I've run my needle behind this thread here. And I'm going to take my needle out, and you pull. I could feel it just then pulling that tight. So you want to pull it good and snug. Now you do not want to pull it so tight that you're ripping the paper. that would not be good. If you want it snug but not pulling, that was already that way, so that's the way that looks that way. All right, now we just simply tie it off. And I always struggle with this part, the right over left, left over right. And I always like to give it a third. I'm just a little paranoid about it. Okay. So now I just snip it off. There are some people that like to put charms and have it hanging down, but I don't really care to do that. All right, so the last signature is sewed in. We'll take these off. You will see. Ah, nice. Yeah. Okay. So now we repeat ourselves 5 more times. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and make sure you get the correct signature. I saw this idea, Miss Nancy, no, not Miss Nancy, Miss Catherine at Sunnyside Journals. She does this all the time with her signatures. She puts which way it up, which number it is, and I think that's just brilliant, because I would have totally sewn something in wrong, upside down, everything. You can do this. You can stick your needle through it and then stick your needle through here. And that's what I end up having to do toward the end anyway. So, all right, this time I'm going to do it. I'm going to go down to the bottom, which is what I normally do. And I kind of got myself backwards that last time. Let's see here. Now you can see this is where it's going to drive me nuts. See, this one came up through the white. And if I come down here, this one's trying to come up through the blue. So I'm going to kind of scooch my thread over just a little bit. I still try to ring that hole, which is difficult. Where is the hole? I found out sometimes I have to go back in it. There we go. Kind of give it a little wiggle so that we get in there right. This is harder to do since I'm trying to do it on camera too. And then we go through the bottom, making sure that it is, yes, you do kind of poke yourself with the needle a little bit. I wish I could show you this on camera, but all I'm doing, there we go. If you can see that, I am ringing that center right there. And I just poked myself. I have actually had this so snug before that I had to get a pair of pliers because I'm right-handed, and this joint right here has started giving me problems. And let me tell you, there's just so much that you do with that joint that you just don't even realize how much you use that. Okay, let's go through there again. Like I said, trying really hard not to split the thread. It's not the end of the world if you do. You just pull it out. Unthread your needle and pull it out. The ones I did at Christmas, I used embroidery floss. And that can be tricky. Okay, here we go. And then we go in the top. Sometimes it just doesn't want to. Give it a little wiggle to kind of emphasize that hole. Here we go. I wish I could do this to where you could see it, but this is really difficult. I'm at an awkward angle here. Okay, we're going to do it this way. When you're doing this and you're not filming, it's much easier because you can turn it at whichever angle you want to. Okay, so we pull it snug. There we go. Just run it, I don't think it really matters, run it underneath that piece of the thread. Take your needle out. Yeah. Because this is waxed, it keeps sliding through my hands too. Make sure it's good and snug. Make sure that's looking okay. A piece of fabric. And then we'll tie it off. Okay. Some people cut them short, really short. Again, I'm kind of leery of that. I like to give it a little extra room to wiggle if it needs to. Okay. There we go. See what I was talking about, how this journal will lay pretty flat? I like that. All right. I'm going to do one more here. One, two, three. Okay. All right. Out the middle. Sorry, I'm paying attention to the stripes. Okay, out the middle. And truthfully, you can either go in the top or in the bottom. It really doesn't matter. It just feels more natural to me to go in the bottom next. So that's what I'm going to do. If you start in with it and it's not like just sliding right in, then you know something's wrong with your alignment. So that's when you stop and you reconfigure. It's because I'm having to do it this angle, and this is really going to give me trouble. Okay, see, it goes. It just doesn't want to from the other side. Okay. This is just giving me fits right now. Ah, there it goes. Okay. I wanted to get this video done today because tomorrow I'm supposed to be getting a new phone. And I've been using my cell phone to film. And I'm still going to. But because my new phone will be a newer iPhone, the connection from my old microphone will not work. So I've had to order a new microphone too, because the new phone does not use the lightning plug. So, and my microphone and everything uses that. So so I had to order a new microphone to go with it. So I wanted to go ahead and get this one done today before I have to do all of that. But I was using an old iPhone, which I think is done okay. Now see, I missed it. See, it didn't come up through the center. So, luckily I didn't puncture anything. Nope. Most of the time it's not a problem doing this, but like I said, I'm working with it how I can right now. There we go. One thing you have to do too when you're pinning this stuff together and you're using your template is you have to make sure if you have something smaller that it's going to catch properly. Like I had this card perfectly in the center, and I realized as I was putting my template in that if I did that, it was barely going to catch right here, and I was afraid it would end up tearing. So I elected to move the card down some. Alright, so just slide it under, needle out. I never can figure out which way to pull this, so I just kind of give it a tug both ways. It works. Okay. Okay. When I first started doing these, I panicked over them so much that it took me forever to sew them in. But kind of once you get in the groove of it, it's not so bad. Now I have done some that have more holes, and they do take longer for sure. Alright, I'm going to keep going on this, and I'm going to keep filming. If you want to skip on ahead to the end, you can. If you want to quit, you can. My videos don't get lots of views anyway, so it's okay. Like I said, I think I've said this before. I'm mostly doing this so that I guess there's something of me left behind when my time comes. I know that sounds morbid, doesn't it? But, you know, I have family. And they love me. So I thought it wouldn't hurt, since I'm doing this craft, to just go for it and film myself, my shy little introverted self. But I always tell myself if I don't like the video, I can delete it. And that's okay. That is okay. I have one of my videos, one that is still getting views, and I don't know what I did different, or I just don't know, but it's the one where the one where I had made the journal for a friend of mine that's going through some tough times, and it was the one that I had pieced together the fabric on the outside of the journal. But it's got like 10,000 views, and I'm shocked at it every time I look at it. I'm just shocked about it, and I'm still getting comments on it and likes and stuff. So I'm just kind of flabbergasted. Why are you not going? So for those of you that have watched that video, I see I didn't pay attention to this one. Well, I'll be darned. That's the problem there. Okay. It'll still work though. It's still catching. Okay. So for those of you that are still watching my videos and have seen that one, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It does me good every so often to know I'm not speaking into the void. Going to the trouble of filming when I really didn't have to. Why is it working one direction and not the other? That's driving me nuts. Okay. We're going to get this in a minute. You know, that makes no sense whatsoever. No sense whatsoever. What? Alright, y'all gonna have to forgive me for a minute. I'm gonna have to turn it so I can see it. It would probably help if I put my glasses on. I like wearing, I have to wear some little readers. Ah ha ha ha. There we go. Okay. Well, that was a pain. Look, see, I did it that time. I don't know why. I went up through the top. Y'all, it's the pits getting older. It really is. The brain just sometimes doesn't want to work like it should. This signature is just not wanting to cooperate. That's what it is. Okay. We got it? Okay. And then you got caught, you silly woman. There's a lady I've watched. Gosh, what is her name? She's from... I'm not sure if she's from Britain or Ireland or Scotland. I don't know. She's from Great Britain, somewhere that way. But she has the most beautiful accent. And I've listened to her, and I just laugh because she'll do something, and she says something about you daft woman. I just giggle. It makes me feel good that I'm not the only one that kind of talks to myself like that. So even though I'm not from Great Britain, I still call myself a daft woman every so often. Gosh, I wish I could remember her name. Ah, you're going to go in? Yay! That's because I went backwards this time, see? If you hear some random thumps or noises, my grandson is here today, and he's in there doing something. Making noise. He just slammed the door so hard. Going out, he knocked stuff over on my shelf. Wow. He's in 2nd grade. Life is exciting at his age. Life is exciting. Okay, run the thread under. Needle off. Yeah, I think it's doing pretty good. I'm glad I went with the white though. It's raining today, but the temperature is lovely. I think it's like in the mid-60s here right now. Which, you know, for February, that's pretty good. We never know. I live in the South in the United States, so you just never know what it's going to do. It may be spring right now. It may be freezing cold winter next week. The day after, it may be summer. You just don't know. Even the weathermen kind of shake their head at it sometimes. 3. Okay. All right, we've only got 2 signatures left. Yay! Almost there. Okay. It does get a little more tricky the more signatures you get in it, because you've got to, you can't, like I was pulling it through just the spine and then taking it through the signature, but sometimes you have to really try doing it all at once. Oh my goodness. Y'all, my grip is not what it used to be. Go through the bottom this time. It's a good thing it really doesn't matter when it comes to the looks, because, you know, I'm doing it one way one time, one way the other. Okay. I'm trying really hard to hold this open so y'all can see it. Yay. Probably not doing a real good job at it, but it is what it is. Okay. See, I almost messed up and went in that top hole. That's for the last signature, not this one. Okay. Ready. Well, it's kind of hard to see sometimes. My eyes are going cross-eyed here. It is much easier when you don't have a ribbon closure, but I really like the ribbon closure. I wish I'd put them on my Christmas journals, but I did not. By the way, I don't know if y'all have seen the video of the Christmas journal I made for my daughter. It's the one where I did the embroidery on the cover. I should have put a ribbon closure on hers, because even though it's really a bigger size for a 25 Days of Christmas, like it has way more, you know, way more than 25 pages. She filled that thing up so much that as big as it started out, it's still kind of gator mouth. But she loves doing this journal, the Christmas journal. Absolutely loves it. And she had so much happen this last year. And plus, Christmas for her was kind of extended, because we went to their house for Christmas Eve, Christmas morning. And then the next day we came back here, and they traveled over here, and we had Christmas with the family over here. So they, you know, it kind of stretched all into, you know, to New Year's Day. So she had a lot to journal about this year. And her boys are just so cute. They just, and she's really good at finding that's something to be joyful about every day. In her journals, it's just really, really cute. I wish I could show it to you, but you know, it's got a lot of personal information in it. But gosh, it's so cute. Such good memories in that journal. Okay. Okay. It's always so satisfying when you get to pull off these paper clips. And you know you've got this signature sewn in. It's just a wonderful thing. All right, one more. Yay. I know this has probably been the dullest video, but you know, if you're like me and you you're nervous about doing this, I really was to start with. I was really nervous about doing these. And I like to do it while I was watching somebody, so that I could make sure I was doing it properly. Now, as you can see, there's a properly and then there's a properly, because I went in the bottom and I went in the top first. So just, as long as you go out the middle first, it doesn't matter if you go to the top or bottom after that. Just gotta make sure you go in the middle first. All right, this is the one with the envelope. So I've got it pinned in. You see, I've got it. I opened it up, so the bottom flap will be here. So when it's in, it will close up. I will glue it back shut, and you'll see it'll be. I'll show you that in just a minute, and it'll be sewn in, so it won't be going anywhere. Really nice place to put a little bit of memorabilia or some photos or something. Yeah. May have to start getting me a pair of pliers to do this. Yep, there's another one. Sometimes the hole just disappears in that fabric and you just can't hardly find it. Let's see if I can turn this up so you can see here. There it is right there. I say that. Aha. I thought to go through. Okay. Oh, goodness. I would put my glasses on, but they're not in the room. I left them in the living room, I think. Well, did I do that on here too? Yeah, I did. It'll still work. Okay. Yep, it'll work. I told you about making sure you had it to where it would catch it good, and what did I do? Twice now I've done it wrong. But it'll still work. You'll see. And what I'm making sure of when I come up out here is that I am not like inside here in the hole. I am just on the other side of this thread so that it lines up and doesn't twist. Okay, last one. Aha, look at that. That one went perfect. Sorry, the way it lines up works better if you have it folded over. It's a little harder to do when you are trying to keep it open for the view. Okay. My hands are going to be so thankful that's done. Okay. Oh, just poked a hole in it. It's okay. It's a very vintage envelope. It's, gosh, I don't even know, probably 30 years old, more? No, probably more than that. Okay. Well, hallelujah. That part The scary part is done. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Oh, isn't that wonderful? We're all sewn in. Nice and even. I love it. And it just lays wonderfully. Look at that. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay, now I've got a couple little things to do here. Let me get my glue. I'm going to go ahead and glue this shut before I forget. Yep. Yay. I really need to clean my glue. I actually need to get a new one. This one is so old. I think I've had this same bottle since I started doing junk journals. Okay. Let's see, where does that fit? Okay, I'm also going to put a little on this edge, a little right here. And now we close it up. Wonderful. And now it's just a great little spot to store stuff. And it's sewn in, so it's not going anywhere. I will probably put something here to make a little tab to stick it in to keep it shut. Let me see if there was anything else. I had another card I was trying to decide on. Not that one. This one I was trying to decide whether to leave it like this or to seal it up. This was one of those old stationaries that you wrote on the inside and then you folded it and put the stamp on it and addressed it and just mailed it just like this. I think I'm gonna leave it just like this though. That way she can use the inside. I don't think I had anything else. Nope. That is good. Oh, I'm so happy. And now, you know what we can do? We can pull these pretty little things off because it's in here now. It is not going anywhere. There's two. This makes me happy. This makes me happy. Now I'm down to just, you know, the little fun bits, adding in some little things here and there. I'm not going to overly decorate it, but I am going to just a little bit. Oh, I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is all we're going to do for today. Look at that. That's kind of satisfying. Okay. Hopefully it came out okay. Hopefully it filmed all right. We shall see. We never know until it's all over and done with. But anyway, for today, that's it. So may God bless you and keep you safe.